I think a lot of it is that we get along really well, and whenever you get along with somebody, you know, it's always a more open avenue for being creative. I think, you know, you're open to ideas, and you take things less personally. And you know, so if I come up with an idea for John, or vice versa, you don't take it personally, like, oh, that actor's telling me what to do. You sort of think of it, it's like, oh, he's got my back, you know. And so you think of something you can work out together too. It's more open.
Yeah, and I think that our kind of who we are on screen as characters, I think it's grown from the writers like hanging out with us on set and just kind of taking things that we do and say to each other, because we're pretty opposite. We're pretty different.
Yeah, we wouldn't have gotten along in high school. I always like to say that John would have kicked my ass. I think is what it was in high school. Yeah,
I would have defended you against the bullies.
I would have been.
I would have kicked the bullies' ass.
He might have done that, but I also might have said something really smart ass back to you and made you wanted to hit me.
Well, that means
like after you defended me.
You wouldn't be sitting with me in the cafeteria, but I still wouldn't just kick you.
Right, but we'd be like that. I think that's like. Isn't that like the storyline of that movie, My Bodyguard? I think it might be. We just described that.
I would have been your bodyguard.
It's funny because, like, you know, in this thing in our life, we actually have a lot in common, and we're very different. So I don't know if outside of this we would have ever met and got along. Who knows?
We probably would have.
Probably.
I like the darker ones because it gives us usually an opportunity to you know, play a little bit more as actors. That like action side. You know, it's a cop show, so you know we get to chase guys down. We get to get tortured. We get to you know, shoot people. So that's like, as an actor, you know, you want to be able to put yourself in situations that, you know, as a normal person you wouldn't want to be in, or you know, necessarily, or you know, happen to be in. So now we get to play that a little bit more. It's a little more interesting. We love doing the comedy as well.
Comedy's fun to do. It makes the days pass a lot faster when you're laughing a lot. You know? Yeah. But it's also fun to have these sort of emotional moments that you get to sort of flex your muscles and remember
as an actor,
that side of acting as well. So that's fun. Sort of reminds you of some of the darker, more difficult parts of acting. All those sorts of things about being, you know, really honest and letting all that come out. So
yeah, when you're playing comedy, you don't really. I mean, you got to be honest when you're playing comedy.
Absolutely.
That's what makes it funny, is making it real. But it's not as. You're not finding these emotional layers that you might have in acting class and stuff. You know, you spend all this time. Most of, I think, the scenes in acting class are always like the dramas. I think the acting teachers like to see you cry.
Yeah, you know, a lot of them, they just seem like, if you can cry, can you do it? Can you do it? Let's really push you to the point of you're not even trying yet. You're not even trying yet.
Remember when your dad used to beat you within an inch of your life?
I can do it. You're like,
I'll do the scene.
That's acting. And you're like, oh really? My God, really? I just feel like I've been tortured. But it's nice to be tortured every once in a while to remind yourself of those days back when you learned how to act. Yeah.
I bet.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary is a nonprofit sanctuary in Utah, and it's obviously a no-kill shelter. There was a popular show that a lot of people know that was on Nat Geo channel called Dogtown, and so they basically they're a rescue organization, but they have property in southern Utah that they allow all these dogs to be rehabilitated. They rehabilitated about half of the pit bulls that were in the Michael Vick dog fighting scandal. They adopted all those dogs and rehabilitated them. So that's my charity. I've been donating money to them for years, for about 5 or 6 years now. My wife and I believe in that, and we have 2 rescue dogs of our own as well. So that's my charity.
That's great.
Charities, Puppies Behind Bars, also an animal-based charity.
We're dog people, I guess. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
And my charity is something that I'm actually on the board of directors for the charity, and I've been involved with them for probably four years now. Wow. And we provide service dogs to wounded veterans suffering from PTSD, traumatic brain injury, physical injury, and you know, we take the puppies at 6 weeks old, put them in prison, and they're raised by inmates, and so it's the puppy is rehabilitating the inmate. The inmate is getting some sort of you know, skill while he's in prison, also learning how to give love, receive love, and then he's providing a great service to a wounded veteran, someone who's volunteered their service to our country. So it's a great charity. I think that I want to raise awareness by doing stuff like this, and also hopefully raise money
That's
to keep
great.
Training dogs.
Awesome.